Hey there, welcome back to another episode of the Ideal OneChunkMan. I'm Source Chunk. Happy to have you back after so long. Apologies for the break in between last episode and this one. I think we'll all see very soon why that was the case throughout this episode, but apologies again. Hope you are still looking forward to this episode. Last episode, we talked about our grand scheme to go halfway across Zeah and back, just so that we could mine a rock a little bit better. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the clips for this episode. Okay, so the clip that's playing out in the background is a clip that I recorded about 3 weeks ago, just after the release of the last episode, and it was a bit unpolished, so I want to come in and kind of refocus it and get a bit more to the point about it and all of that now that I've had time to think about it. But I also want to get the point across. So here's what I was saying in this clip. Basically, I had gotten a couple comments from people either in game or on the video or on Discord about the routing that I was doing and, why was I doing it this way? I'm going halfway across Zeah just to mine slightly better, up to 50 mining, but why not go to the Dwarven Mine and Motherlode Mine and unlock that and just be able to be efficient there? Sure, it's an 85 smithing and 92 mining and whatever else grind, but it'll be efficient, You get a free, basically, Rune pickaxe there. Motherlode Mine's quite efficient for mining. Smithing, you'd have access to plenty of ores. It's just going to be better overall than having to worry about going halfway across the world just to slightly improve something, and then what, you'll go to Motherlode Mine eventually anyway, right? So I just wanted to address those comments. Couple reasons why I routed the way I did and didn't route to Motherlode Mine. The first one is that Motherlode Mine is a long grind, obviously. I mean, it's 85 mining, 85 smithing, 92 mining, 83 crafting, on top of a bunch of other things. It's something that, as a person making videos, is something that I don't want to intentionally do. And I'm an account that chooses the chunks that I unlock, so why would I intentionally do it? This is something that would mean that you're not going to get any interesting video for months, 2 to 3 months maybe, and that's if I stick to it hard. So doing something like that intentionally on an account where I'm picking what I do, it seems not good, in short. So that's the main reason that I'll go with. The other two reasons, which are very important but more emotional rather than logical, are that this is a grind that I had on my main chunk account when I rolled it, obviously, at some point, and it took me quite a long time to finish, and I actually was really deterred from playing the account. I lost complete interest in it and kind of dropped the account for a couple months because I just didn't want to log on and go back to mining. I wanted to play the account, I was excited about it, and it completely drained all excitement from what I was doing. I mean, any grind would if it's this long and this straightforward and boring. If you have a big chunk, at least you're doing stuff, but with this, it's like I'm just mining in Motherlode Mine the whole time, I'm hopping worlds to fix the struts in Motherlode Mine. It's not interesting, and it really turned me off the account. I actually had to, like I said, I completely dropped the account. To get back into it, I had to kind of retcon the grind and make it a back burner grind that I do every day while I'm still doing other stuff because I couldn't bear to do it otherwise. It was just too demotivating. So I obviously don't want that to happen to this account because I'm very excited to play this account, and I don't want that to turn into something that makes this account less enjoyable to play or not enjoyable to play, obviously. And then the third option, or the third reason, I should say, is that, well, the point of this account, although it is to pick chunks in a way that makes things efficient, and picking Motherlode Mine would be, macro efficient, the other goal of this account is, in my mind, to make and be able to theory craft these cool routes for paths that I can take to unlock certain things in weird ways. That's the fun of it. You know, being able to route this way just to get a rune pickaxe and a slightly better mine, and routing this way and that way to get nature runes and a rune axe and all that. It's exciting. It's a lot of fun to make those segments that you saw in the last video, and it's a lot of fun to think about these things in my downtime, and I'm in the shower thinking, oh, what if I go this way, what if I go that way, you know? It's a lot of fun. I love doing that, and just saying, well, Motherload Mine's efficient, so I'm going there. See you guys in a couple months. Bye, you know, end of video. That's not interesting to me, and I don't think it'd be that interesting for you guys either. So whether it's something that you agree with or not, I'm going to continue doing the kind of routing that I've been doing to this point, even though it's not the most efficient way. So hopefully it's enjoyable for you, because it's enjoyable for me. And hopefully, even though it's not efficient, we'll be able to get past it either way. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into the clips and see what I've been up to for the past however many weeks. Okay, so I was just chopping some trees here, and I actually got a random event and got these uncut diamonds from, which is actually very big. So if you remember from last episode, we had the potential to get uncut diamonds from the Wise Old Man tasks here in this chunk, and we kind of backlogged it because we couldn't complete the tasks in our chunks. But if we were in the future to get another source of an uncut diamond, maybe a rare one, having these in the bank will be very nice, because then we can just cut them and we're all good. So nice thing to have. I just thought I'd make a note of that while we get them. Alright, so on to our first chunk. So if we talk to Veus here, oh, well, we get a nice clue scroll and a lamp. We don't need those, but we'll go ahead and head on over to our first chunk of the episode, which is going to be the Port Piscarilius landing for our Veus's boat here. So we're stepping foot onto a new continent. I'm going to go check it out. I know that we can start the Client of Current quest here and progress it no further. But for now, that's what we'll do, and then we'll go ahead and talk about what we're doing after that. Alright, so on to the next chunk. Here we have the head guard spawn that will be safe spotting. Well, not like that, but yeah, safe spotting. Just on the rock here. So there's two spawns of this head guard, one to the northeast here where I can safe spot, and one to the southwest where there might be a safe spot, but I had a lot of trouble setting it up. This one seems a lot more consistent. But yeah, and they drop two things that we need, which are the Rune Scimitar and Rune Kite Shield, both of which are at a 1 in 512 drop, which is not looking forward to that. I'm hoping we'll just get lucky, but we will find out soon. Alright, there we go, Rune Scimitar. That was not bad at all. Very happy about that. If I go this lucky for the Rune Kite Shield, I'll be very happy. This only took like 70-oddish kills. Not bad at all. I haven't used that many casts. This is pretty chill. I mean, you saw me messing up at the beginning there, but as long as I don't mess up, it's pretty chill. Very AFK. I get to do some other stuff in the meantime. Been working on some coding stuff, but yeah, if it's this easy, then I don't mind at all. A snape grass seed, Jagex, real mature. Yeah, real mature, aren't you? 1 in 512, huh? Scimitar number 2. Okay. It's been a bit. As you can see, I've restocked my runes. I ran out and I bought a bunch more, and I'm back. And a second scimitar. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, but I was hoping that hopefully I wouldn't have to do too much magic grinding after killing these guys and getting the drops that I need from them, because in a couple chunks I'll need to get 66 magic, and yeah, I just hit 66 magic, and we don't have the kite shield yet, so yeah, no need to worry about that. No need at all. We're all good. We're just fine. Okay, this guard here is going to be number 512 killed. That is the drop rate for each of the rune pieces that we're after individually. So, I mean, obviously it doesn't mean I'm guaranteed them, but it means that I am now dry for them, of course, which isn't great. I don't know if you noticed last clip, I also put my attack style on defensive magic because Obviously I'll need 40 defense to wear the kite shield, so figured I'd get a head start considering that I no longer need any more magic levels, so please drop it, Sam, thank you. Okay, and we are out of runes again. Yep, still here, still going, so guess I'll go ahead and buy some more runes and come back. I love this place so much. Who says go and try doesn't pay off? Look at this, 40 defense, amazing. So cool. Gonna switch back to magic now and get a real high level, cause going dry is fun. Okay, cool. So this is number 3, okay. I think this game might be, yeah, I think it thinks I need the wrong thing. I need the kite shield, Jagex. Yeah, just if you could not give me any more of these, that would be great. Okay, so I'm running back from dying again. It's been maybe like 10 times now or something. This just still here. It really sucks. I kind of just click the button and then I look away from my screen. It's been like almost 2 weeks at this point. It's been a week and 4 or 5 days since I've started on this. This is horrible. I hate it. Please release me, Jagex. Give me a rune kite shield, please. Thank you. Okay, that's number 4. You know what? That's fine. I'm fine with being here. I don't mind being here at all. I'm fine. This is fine. 70 magic is the level that I have now, and I probably shouldn't have it. Don't know why. Please. So, this is incredibly embarrassing. This is me from a couple of days after that clip, realizing that I don't have a very important clip because I actually got the rune kite shield, guys. I did it. Yeah, took me 1,081 kills. You can see here it's in the drop log thing. So I definitely did get it. Here it is equipped on my character. You can see it. But yeah, so let me explain. I turned off my replay buffer, which lets me capture like when the drop happens. Because I was pretty mad at everything. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but yeah, I turned it off. And then it looks like the clip that I recorded after the fact, after I got the drop, corrupted. So yeah, don't have the drop clip. Sorry about that. I did get it though. I'm so happy, and I can finally be done with this. It's been just about 2 weeks since I started this grind, a bit over 2 weeks since the last video, but I can't release a video like this, so I need to go quick and start doing more stuff. So let's move on to the next chunk. Let's keep going on. Let's go. Oh, this is me from the future still. I just realized that I have the rune kite in this clip still because I walked straight over here from the last chunk when I just got it. So, there we go. This is the closest I have. Sorry about that. Alright, so we're here checking out the new chunk, which is this little Kingstown just outside the center of Grand, and there's this lesser demon up here that we can, I assume we can safe spot. Didn't think it was going to be outside the cage. It's actually very nice though, because that way we don't have to worry about telegrabbing any of the drops that we need from it. But the only drop we need is a rune med helm, which is 1 in 128, so not nearly as bad as 1 in 512. hoping for some luck to turn around for us. So we will see what happens. Just a couple updates here with levels. We got 60 hit points, which is, I don't know, a nice milestone, and then 43 prayer, which, obvious reasons, is very nice. The ashes from this lesser demon are very nice now that we can scatter them. They give decent XP, and, well, I've been here a bit. Not too mad though, to be honest. I'm way over the drop rate, actually more so than I was for the Rune Kite Shield, but these kills are a lot quicker and easier to get this guy stuck, so I'm not dying as often. So yeah, not too bad. We'll get there eventually. No worries. I'm not going insane anymore. So once this kill finishes, this will be 512 lesser demons, which is 5 times the drop rate. That's pretty unlucky. Definitely a lot more so than double the drop rate like I was for the Rune Kite Shield. One thing that I'm having a bit of conspiracy theory about is that this doesn't drop everything, including the Rune Med Helm, because we haven't gotten the Rune Med Helm, nor have we gotten the, I think it's the Mithril Chain Body. Both of those are 1 in 128, and we haven't got either of them yet, which seems very strange given that, you know, we should have gotten at least one of those and 5 times the drop rate for them. Maybe I'm just going crazy, but a little bit worried that it's different for some reason. Okay, never mind. This is like an hour later, and Myth Chain. Yes. So we're missing 1 drop from the main drop table, and that is the one I need, which is great. But we know we're killing the right thing now. At least we can assume, I think. So yeah, just gonna bang it out, and we'll be done soon. It is a new day, but we have gotten it. Rune Med Helm. 1,000,000 magic XP and a lot of dryness. Happy to be done though. This definitely was not as bad, even though I went way drier on this. Definitely like this a lot more. Prayer XP was nice. Drops were nicer, I think. And the whole thing was more chill and quicker, honestly. Way quicker. So don't mind at all. Happy to be done. We still have a couple more things for this chunk actually though. This magic tree here in our chunk, actually just below the Lesser Demon, requires 75 woodcutting, firemaking, and fletching to chop and process. And thankfully, we have been working on this for a while now. Since the very start, after episode 1, I've been slowly working on this and grinded a bunch out between last episode and this one. So 75, 75, and way above 75. So no worries there. We'll go ahead and chop some logs here, and then we can process. Alright, got the 2 magic logs that we'll need, so we can go ahead and take the first one and burn it. And that will be firemaking done, and then we can take the other and fletch it into arrow shafts, and that will be the fletching done. Excellent. So that is this chunk all complete. Gonna grab myself a couple more magic logs for the bank, but otherwise we are good to go. Alright, so the new chunk to the north of the last one should be pretty straightforward. The 2 things we need to do are, number 1, continue the Clan of Crowned quest by talking to the general store owner here in Arceus. Arceus? Whatever. And then after that, he has a soul rune for sale in his shop, so if I buy that... give me 1 second. Alright, I went and got some money and bought myself some soul runes, and we obviously have the magic level from the last 2 chunks to cast vulnerability, so we'll go ahead and cast it on the bat here in the corner, and that will be this chunk all complete. Our next 3 chunks are all freebies. The first one going just west, we have a bank here, which is nice, in Arceus. And then west again, we have the edge of Lovakenge, which has a step for Clan of Krend, but after doing that, then we go west again to the Lovakenge Assembly and bank area, get the furnace there. We can't start that quest until after Clan of Krend, so again, we actually get a 4th one, west again. This one has some Lizardman Shamans in it, but like I explained last episode, they are actually inaccessible, so we don't have to worry about those tasks for now. And then finally, we can go north from there and get to the south end of the Lovakite mine. Here at the Lovakite mine, I thought that I was going to be able to mine the coal. I thought it was just the Lovakite that was blocked off by the favor, but it turns out that both of them are. So From there, we could move on, having backlogged both those grinds to the north one more time, and take us to the northern end of the Lovakite mine, as well as the sulfur mine. In this chunk, we could actually do a couple things, so this will be the first chunk in a little bit that we'll have to actually do something for. We could buy a Rune pickaxe from the shop here, which would require us to get 41 mining, and that was fine. But on top of that, there was the sulfur mine here, which lets us gain Lovakenge favor. Or so people think. This is another confusion that I have with people, but there is not any way to mine this sulfur without having some sort of face covering on. As you can see, I get this message here, and I am not able to mine it or get favor here. So until I get a face covering, I will not be able to gain favor here, and so therefore the only grind for this chunk is 41 mining. Something that I will do while I'm here is complete the Varrock Museum underground area thing that gets me to level 9 Slayer and Hunter. This might seem a bit random out of the blue, and maybe I should have done this a while ago. So it's not something that is necessarily tracked or required by any normal chunk rules, but a couple people pointed out to me that I had missed it, and I reasoned that it probably made sense for me to go ahead and do it, just from like a integrity point of view. So I've gone ahead and done that now. Now it does mean that we're very close, one level away from being able to wear a face mask for Slayer, but that also means we'll be able to mine then in the sulfur mine, which means we'll have to get 65 mining, so a bit on the teetering edge of something, but we don't have to worry about that quite yet anyway, because we have no access to Slayer quite yet. Just been doing a bit of mining here at the old southwest mine in Varrock, and that's 41 mining. Let me go ahead and grab the pick so we can be done with this chunk. Alright, there we go, Rune pick equipped. Well, I guess equipping it doesn't require a mining level. Let's go and head down back to the mine and mine something with it. That way we'll have completed the task of mining something with a Rune pick. There we go. And now that is chunk complete. After obtaining the Rune pickaxe, the next part of our journey was to go to the Woodcutting Guild. To get there, we'd need to go south from our current path. From here, we went south to this empty chunk, mostly just contained boars, which required nothing of us, and then from there we went to the combat ring chunk in Shazian. Here, we were required to get the Shazian outfit 5, but we were unable to actually reach the med packs that were available to start gaining favor for Shazian until we get to another chunk to the west of us, so we were unable to get this stuff and we had to backlog it. From there, we moved south again to get to the Shazian city area, and we had to get a rune arrow and a mithril mace from the shops there. I found out that it seems some of the shops here are favor locked, so I wasn't able to get the mithril mace, but I was able to get the rune arrow, so we'll have to come back for the mithril mace at some point in the future when we're able to get that favor, but for now it's backlogged. From there, we headed east down the passage here to get down to the edge of the Woodcutting Guild, and then finally into the Woodcutting Guild chunk. However, we could not enter the Woodcutting Guild yet because we need Hosidius favor. So our next path was to go and get that Hosidius favor somehow. To grab that Hosidius favor, we were going to have to find a way to push plows in Hosidius, as that's the only way you can gain favor from the start. So back towards the beginning, the only location that we can get to plows is this chunk down here. So the only way that we can get there without running into anything too big is to go straight south. So this first chunk was going to be our biggest issue, which was the 65 cooking grind for our pineapple pizza due to the pineapple in the fruit stall there. While we were in this chunk, we actually had to continue a step of Clan of Korend. So after doing that, I went to the fruit stall to grab my pineapple and realized that actually I can't grab the pineapple quite yet. We need Hosidius favor to thieve from these stalls for some reason. Not really sure what the logic with that is, since we're stealing from the people who like us better now. I guess they let us steal. I don't know. Anyway, so we're gonna have to wait on that. Luckily, we'll get Hosidius favor just one chunk away, but for now, we don't have to worry about the 65 cooking anymore. The last thing I'll do while I'm here is there's an estate agent, and this is the first estate agent that we've unlocked, so we may as well go ahead and buy a player-owned house. Now, We can technically teleport into the house, but the way that most chunkers include house stuff is that you need to have a portal that you can walk through to actually get into the house for it to be considered an unlocked area. So we won't have a real house until we get to well, either Remington or a way to train and then move it to Polynivneach or something that we already have unlocked. But yeah, so that is this chunk all done then for now. Okay, so we're in the new chunk now, and we have some plows to push. Can't do anything until we push them, because we need to get it now for that 65 cooking grind. So may as well just go ahead and get started, and as you can see, it's a bit of a slow process. We can't actually do this any quicker than this, and you're not getting very much favor while doing it. So this is going to take, honestly, to get to 75% for the Woodcutting Guild, probably it's going to be like an hour or two of pushing plows, maybe more. I'm not totally sure, but I'll be back when we have that progress. Alright, so we just hit 10 farming from pushing these plows around, and I wanted to make sure that we're all clear on this, because farming's a bit interesting when it comes to the chunk account. So we need a primary way to train a skill, in this case farming, to be required to do a grind for it, like plant a seed or something. Now, most farming methods are not primary because they're time gated, and for it to be primary, we need it to be a repeatable action that we can continue doing and not have to wait for it or anything like that. So that's why normal farming isn't a primary method. And for this is also not primary because we're pushing it and we randomly get XP drops as an RNG drop of XP basically. So this is not something that we have to worry about for farming. So no need to worry. Extra level, it's whatever. Alright, and finally there's 75% favor. This actually took quite a long time, like 3 or 4 hours or something. Not efficient time, mind you. This was not something I was doing efficiently, my god. I could not stand it, but it's finally done. So we can go ahead and steal from that fruit stall now, grab a pineapple, and we'll need 65 cooking now, so we may as well get started on that right away. Alright, it took me like an inventory or two to get the pineapple, but there we go. Pineapple has been gotten from this fruit stand. It's not too bad, actually. I know this is actually decent XP if you're trying to get, like, medium, or mid-levels, I should say, in thieving. It's not bad XP to thieve from fruit stalls, but we're not going to worry about that because we have blackjacking, obviously. But pineapple gotten, let's go ahead and start working on that cooking, because we got a bit of ways to go. Alright, so the plan for cooking. We could go back to eggs, but instead I've decided to hang out here and do some fishing as well, so we can get that up in the meantime. So we're over here by Current Castle, and we're just fishing from the spot here. We're doing some fly fishing, catching some salmon and trout, and then there's actually a fire over to the west here, and we can cook there, and then we'll just go ahead and drop all the fish on the way back and fish another inventory up. It's not worth running to the bank, I don't think, so we'll just do this until we get 65 cooking. It's gonna take a bit, but I can't say it won't be appreciated. It's nice and relaxing, and been doing a lot of work on developing some chunk picker stuff, so I won't mind the downtime, and I think this will be nice to get our fishing up nice and high. A few days later, or a few seconds later, with editing magic, and there is 65 cooking. Decent, actually. Got pretty high fishing off of that, so definitely not complaining at all. This is pretty relaxing, and the fishing is nice for later. Let's go ahead and make that pineapple pizza now, and then we'll be done with the chunk. Alright, so I got all the ingredients for a pineapple pizza here. First, we'll need to make the actual pizza. This is where the burning comes in, and if we don't burn it, which we don't, it's actually nice because we won't be able to burn the pineapple pizza part because we're just adding pineapples. So yeah, that is the pineapple pizza done, and that'll be chunk complete. Very nice. And then to wrap things up, not a chunk requirement per se, since we already had to chop a yew tree, but we should go ahead and get that rune axe that we've been trying so hard for. So now that we can enter the Woodcutting Guild, we can just buy it from the shop here, and with the rune axe equipped, we are good to go for our plan. So if you remember the plan from last episode, we have all the pieces in place except for one piece now, and that last piece is having reliable access to nature runes. But that's something that we'll have to worry about next episode because I am way over time. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. This episode's taken a long time to make. Obviously, got one a little dry. Didn't mean to do that, obviously, but I hope you were able to enjoy it. We're gonna do some big stuff next episode. Hopefully, we can get most of the way through grinding towards Lost City. Maybe we can get Lost City done. Who knows? I don't even know yet because I haven't gotten there yet, but thank you so much for watching. I want to thank my patrons as always, JLo, Chagahad, Hapri. Thank you so much, guys. If you want to support me at Patreon, please go to patreon.com/sourcechunk. I'd appreciate it a lot. It means a lot to me, and it helps me do these things, even if they're crazy. So thank you so much. If you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments anything that you thought about this episode, or anything you think I should do going forward, anything I should look out for on my way to Lost City, anything at all, please let me know. But I think that's about it, so thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.